Let's go.
All right, how we doing,
Right.
guys? This is Steven, and today I have my cousin Ryan with me. We're going to go ahead and go over these interview questions that were prompted from us today. So, what I want to start with you, Ryan, is which app slash website do you feel gives you a great user experience?
I really like Streamlabs OBS. It's a really versatile app that has helped me with a lot of projects.
I guess that's really true. I mean, and also coming from the standpoint of in your free time, you do enjoy the late night stream. So, I mean, what about it with that helps you, accomplish your goals and what you want to do with streaming?
So it's probably one of the most useful apps in my opinion because of how simplistic it can be, but the fact that there's so many options that you can like have, so you're able to navigate easier, you're able to change from scene to scene faster, and it makes a better experience for the people that are watching, but it also makes recording a lot of fun too because I used to record for YouTube, and it's just something that I used a lot.
Well,
uh,
it's yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess while you're on the subject of that, I guess since as we speak, we're actually using OBS and Streamlabs. So why don't we go ahead and walk the people through everything. So, you know, as he was talking about how you can change the scenery, you can see things like this. So, if you're starting your stream for the night, you can set up to your users, like, hey guys, we're starting the stream soon, be sure to tune in. And then of course you have the live screen view where most people have the camera of themselves down here playing, and this is technically the game that's going on in the background, which like you said, it makes it pretty cool. And I mean, even just something as simple as clicking a button, you're interacting with your users and your yeah, well, your users and your followers in just such a simple manner like this. I think that's pretty neat. All right, so next question. Well, I guess we kind of covered it, but what is it about this app that makes it so enjoyable to use? But outside of what you discussed before, do you see it as when you look at the site and you look at the app, do you see it as being easy to use or difficult to use? Like, you know what I'm getting at?
there are multiple, and it's weird because there are multiple versions of OBS. In general, there have always been like like the studio, and then there's the basic OBS, which is just how it used to be. But then Streamlabs and OBS partnered, and it made it a lot a lot more enjoyable to use. I used to actually dislike using OBS because of all the issues I was having with it, but when they integrated Streamlabs with OBS, it became a lot easier to manage. And then between recording and also like streaming, it works out really well. And then when it comes to editing the videos that I record, Streamlabs OBS is probably the one of the most beneficial because it doesn't separate. Like for the most part, I haven't had any issues with audio latency, audio lag from the video. And I used to have that on almost every streaming and recording application interface that I've had. So
Yeah, I guess that's
it's
true. Yeah, because Twitch, they give you quite a few different options to choose from, and it's because of the word that you said. You told me I was asking you the question about which software do you think I should get, and you definitely pointed me in the right direction towards the whole Streamlabs OBS. So, because I've had some other people who've used some different streaming sites, and I mean, from what they've told me, they just haven't had the same experience.
Yeah, and like another thing is like when I was in my graduate program, I used Streamlabs for about half of my projects, and a lot of the professors told me that what I was recording, how I recorded, everything seemed to work like it was just amazing that people hadn't used it before, and I guess they just didn't realize that that's what I was using to record audio bits. I was recording uh, some of my uh, some of my like PowerPoint slides this way too because I wanted to make sure that I was able to integrate it properly, and I wanted to make sure that everything uh, because I didn't really like using the Apple version of
The,
PowerPoint.
yeah, the Keynote and the QuickTime Player, you can kind of use them like together, and I know some people prefer that, but something like what we're using now, like as people can see, like this is Streamlabs that we're doing this interview on, and to me it just seems a little bit more seamless. And like you said, like I've had some issues to where I've had to re-record some of the material that I've done through QuickTime, just because like even with a perfect wired connection, I was still getting some lag and stuff. So that would bug me with it. So that's why no matter what, even on my Mac, I have OBS, but I have the studio version on my Mac. But I've recorded a lot of my projects when I have to screen share off of OBS, even on my Mac. So that's always nice.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so moving forward, so we're going to look at this next question in the form of someone who just bought their first computer and maybe they have absolutely no idea how to do anything. So, I mean, maybe not anything. I mean, we'll say that they're semi-competent. They grew up around a computer in the household, but they've just never had their own personal computer. So, how we're
Okay.
gonna so it's do you feel that this app allows for a quote unquote easy to use user experience, or is it something that takes some time to learn?
So this application can definitely go in both ways. It does take a small amount of learning to figure out how to use it, mostly because one, changing the scenes, you've got to set that up yourself. Unless you want to do it manually, which is also perfectly fine. A lot of people do that. Um, Hotkeying it definitely makes it easier, but then there's also adding your sources per each page, and for some people that are brand new to it, it would take a few videos or guides to walk people through it. But honestly, overall, it's probably one of the easiest ones to use because of that it seems to have compared to almost any other application. So it definitely is more enjoyable, and I guess a better way of putting it is it's easier to use than other applications because of how much less stress you'll be putting into actually using it.
Yeah, and I know when I first downloaded it, what I did enjoy a lot about going with the whole Streamlabs route is that they have this nice little button right here next to everything you want to do, and it says get help. And you can literally click get help, and it'll walk you through any kind of, pretty much like what you just walked through, scene transitioning, hotkeying, recording versus streaming. It goes through everything. So it's a real nice setup in how they did it through their app. So, I mean, makes for a real nice user experience.
No,
Um,
100%.
yeah, most definitely. So another question is going to be if you could change something about how the app works, what would it be and why?
The only thing that I think I would want to change is the ability to uh set up multiple like cuz there is a way where you can plug in to have like multiple like videos and everything, but I wish there was a way that you could somehow integrate someone else's complete view of something. Like for instance, if you're gaming with someone, you want to see their screen too, so you want to switch over to it. The only fault that there is right now is that you have to get it from an outside source such as like Discord, which it doesn't record. All it does is screen share, which sort of is a downfall. So I wish they would be able to like share it that way, where if Streamlabs was open on both people's computers, you're able to share it with someone else.
I could
Does that
see
make
that, like
sense?
yeah, like a system link type thing.
Yes. So that
S-
way I was able to like, if I died in a game and I wanted to view you, I wouldn't have to like sit in a third person view, or I wouldn't have to wait for you, like, you know what I mean? Like that way it's just more enjoyable for people that are watching.
Yeah, I definitely feel you there. All right, so one more question. Well, I have two more, but the next one, if this app had a major design update that you disliked, but others still enjoyed, would you continue to use this app due to its popularity, or would you say no, this app isn't for me anymore and go find another app to use?
So my thing is, if it's working and there aren't any issues that I can foresee, like if there's an update, obviously, and they change a lot of the main interface, but it's still usable, I don't think I'd leave. I don't really make my decisions based on other people because I sort of go with what is the most reliable. So if this application is still as reliable as it was before and it's not crashing, it still works the way it's supposed to. It's giving you all the right like outcomes, then I'm not gonna leave it. But if something drastic happens to where if they change the what makes it great, like so like stutters start to happen, audio lag, video lag, like all kinds of latency issues, then I probably would go look for something different. I'd probably use it in the meantime to try and find a transitional like application, but it all comes down for its reliability. I don't really care about what other people think about it.
I guess that's true, and that's a good thing as well. You don't want to always have to follow the herd with what everyone's using. I mean, I know a lot of the big time streamers like Ninja and and a lot of people, like I said, a lot of streamers use this app, but I feel that's I'm not one of those people who uses it because they use it. I use it because it's user friendly. I can easily, you can look at the interface sitting right here looking at it right now, and you can easily see you can go between your dashboard, your chat bot. You can install apps and, throw widgets into your stream, which is really cool. You can easily go find new themes. You have your editor, and then obviously you have like your live. And those are all tabs just that run across the top. And I mean, it makes for a super easy, user experience, and which, makes it nice, especially when you're trying to multitask, when you're playing a game and you're trying to, swap back and forth between things. Something that's laid out the way it is just makes it, super simple. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, of course.
All right, and I've got one last question for you.
Let's do it.
All right, is there anything about this app that provides some kind of reward for using it? For example, is there something that they give you for staying on their app versus, jumping ship and going to another one?
So they have a partner program, which I'm technically able to do. I don't do it because I don't like to like force people to do things they don't want to do. I don't want to make people like I like to talk good about things. I like to do my research, and if something's bad about something else, I'll give my standpoint on that. I'll try and talk about positives and negatives, but I there are so little negatives on this, but the main thing that they do is like referral bonuses. So like you make a small amount of money if you refer someone to use the app and if they use it for a certain amount of time, stuff like that. So it can be very for some people it's just like, oh, refer everyone, get all your friends. But for me, it's just like I don't. That's not why I'm using it. Like they do have a referral process, and that's cool. But I still like just the reliability of the app,
Yeah,
regardless of what they give you. It's to me, it's how they work, and I would rather get people to come use it because of its reliability of the how easy it is to find solutions for problems you have
versus
versus
just getting it because they might, reciprocate and give you something in return.
yeah. And granted, they do offer that, which is cool for some people, but that's not for me. So
All right, well, I definitely understand that. But I guess that's all the questions I have for you today. Is there anything else that you may want to add or bring up about OBS, or do you want to call it good right there?
the only thing I can say is there are multiple different versions of OBS, but Streamlabs OBS is the best one. So make sure if anyone does try and look this up, make sure you're using Streamlabs OBS, not OBS or OBS Studio or OBS Classic. None of those are just buggy, and I don't think they've even like they rarely update it, and it just falls behind. So
Well, there you go. You heard it from the man himself there, ladies and gentlemen. But I appreciate your time today, Ryan, and thanks for doing this interview with me.
of course,
All
thank you,
right.
thank you.
All right, have a good day.